Good evening, everyone. This evening we are going to cover a kind of medical subject, but with a twist. Medical subject means all those things that we know about COVID and about cancer and AIDS and diabetes and all kinds of infections and the viruses and all that. This one has a twist. This is a kind of twist. It is not a nosocomial infection. This nosocomial infection does not come from any other sources, but it comes from the hospital itself. All of us go to the hospital to get cured, but some of us never get cured, or it takes very long time to get cured. In my case also, that's the same thing. When I visit any hospital to get cured, even if I have a minor infection, the sinuses or some kind of viral infection. But when I return from the hospital, I always actually find myself deeper in that infection. Then I realized that I got nosocomial infection. So nosocomial infection doesn't come from dirty, filthy places or from those people who are infected with the infection. It is like if I give you a simple example, COVID, a person did not get the COVID from the person who is infected with COVID. But where did he get COVID from? Okay, he got COVID from hospital. That is not a nosocomial infection. All of us know that hospitals are not actually healthy places to visit. Doctors and nurses, they all take antidotes and antibiotics and all kinds of things, so they don't actually have. Second thing, that they have developed immunity because they've been working with the different kinds of patients with different kind of infection. So though they don't get infected, they are immunized. But the person like us, who stay away from the hospital, who don't go to hospital even once in 5-10 years. And when we go over there, we visit the hospital because we have just a common cold, just a minor influenza, flu. We go there, we come in contact with multiple, various kinds of infections, and we went to the hospital with one virus, one infection only. But when we return with 10 different kind of viruses. And we are definitely going to be cured, but it will take time. Doctor is going to prescribe the medicine for about 15 days, and you will wonder that just a flu, 15 days medicine, you don't know that you are now suffering from nosocomial infections. I have created 3 points to elaborate what is nosocomial infection or hospital-acquired disease. Number one is catching infection in hospitals. Say, for example, your friend or relative is hospitalized and you would like to, out of courtesy, you are going to go to visit him, to ask him and wish him get well soon and all sorts of the hanky-pankies and the things about that. You spend about 10-15 minutes sitting next to his bed, his cot, and when you return home, you are definitely going to find your temperature is like yo-yo. Your head is spinning. You are sneezing and sniffling. You have a cough and you have a fever and you could not sleep at night and all of that. You don't have any kind of clue that you have caught this nosocomial infection. You never blame the hospital. You never understand the hospital until now. Now when you visit the hospital and you return with heavy head and high fever and the cough and the sneezing and the sniffling and the runny nose and the runny eyes and all kinds of things, that you are definitely going to realize that you went to hospital. And after that, this thing happens, so you are suffering from nosocomial infection. This can help you to get well immediately, and it will help your doctor to give you right kind of medicine, because now you're smart. If you have called nosocomial infection, you go to the doctor and tell them that yesterday I went to General Hospital of that particular hospital and returned from there. And as soon as I returned, I had these symptoms, and the doctor would realize that you have nosocomial. And you can also tell that I think it seems like it is nosocomial infection. The doctor is going to treat you properly with proper medication. Point number 2, hospitals are the hotbed of various infections. We all tend to believe the hospital are the cleanest places and the hospitals are the totally disease-free places. And this is, no, that's all wrong perception. It's a myth. Absolutely, totally myth. Because when you are actually sitting in hospital waiting for your turn, you look around and you will find there are 25 to 30, 50 people. In general hospital, there are probably 100 people sitting next to you. Everyone has a different kind of infection. Everyone is going to generously contribute to you. Someone is going to give you the infection of one disease, the other is going to give you infection of some different virus, and the third one is going to give you the infection of some different things. You are the miserable victim of multiple viruses, multiple infections. No, hospitals are not the cleanest place unless hospitals are all autoclaved. But here our India hospitals are not autoclaved at all. Even operation theaters are not autoclaved, unlike the Western countries. Point number 3 is beware of visiting your relatives in hospital. Now next time, if you have love and affection for your relatives overflowing spontaneously, then you wait for your relatives to come home, then you go to see him. Safe. You are safe, your relative is safe, you go with your children are safe, everybody is safe, especially toddlers. Toddlers are the prompt victim of this kind of nosocomial maladies. So when you go to see your relatives in hospital, you are going to return 9 out of 10 times you are definitely going to return with nosocomial disease. And if you go with your toddlers, your children, kids, infants, definitely, without any kind of doubt, as soon as you return, within a couple of hours, your kids are definitely going to display the symptoms of nosocomial disease. So this is the nosocomial infection, hospital-acquired disease. Ignaz Semmelweis has actually discovered this thing when his patient was recovering, but visitors were coming back and back with the malady. He did research on that and found out that the virus is circulating, the infection, the bacteria, the parasite, the pathogens, the virus is circulating in the hospitals were caught by these returning patients, and he called it nosocomial infection. And that is why today, in any kind of hospital in America or Western country where your relative is hospitalized, they would not allow anyone, not a soul would be allowed to visit him. They would be turned away from the reception area. The reception area is not, unlike over here in the hospital area. In our hospital, there's a reception. The lady is sitting over there in the hospital. In America and the Western country, reception area is in the lobby, far away, probably a couple of 100 feet away from the hospital where the patients are hospitalized. They will not allow you. They will say, no, sir, no, ma'am. We don't have this kind of policy that you can go and visit your relatives. When he goes home, when he is discharged, you can visit him every day, but not over here. They are not going to clarify why not. But they know that they are refusing us or rejecting us or declining us to visit our relatives for the reason that we might catch nosocomial infection. Thank you very much for listening. That's all the time we have. God bless everyone on this planet. Amen.